Hello, people of the internet. This is Lee, and today I am reviewing issue 1 of a new series from Marvel Comics called Deathlok. Prior to reading this issue, I didn't know anything about Deathlok. I didn't know he was a character. I mean, obviously we ordered the book, so I knew the word. But aside from that, just zero knowledge for me with regards to this. When I took a look at the book, I asked myself and maybe a couple of other people who happened to be in my shop if I was looking at Marvel's answer to Cyborg. And, you know, it seems that not anyone, and, you know, you might prove me wrong in the comments, but not anyone I came into contact today. See how I did that with the disclaimer and the covering of my bases? Clever. Really, they were really in the same place I was, where they just didn't know anything about Deathlok. So yeah, the answer came back as, guess so, looks like Cyborg. But really not the same character once you get into the story. And it's actually one that I'm recommending. I think it was actually a really good book. It was written by Nathan. The title page throws me off because it's part of the story, so I actually flipped through the book about 3 times before I found it. It's not my shiningest of moments, but they happen to everyone. So Nathan Edmondson is the writer and Mike Perkins is the artist. The art through the book is really good. I was very impressed by the art. Especially going in with absolutely no expectations for the story, for the character, for the art, to be just really impressed was a nice thing to have fall into my lap with this book. So I'm happy there. I'm also really happy with the story. It has layers to it. We're introduced to the man behind the mask initially, instead of just him in his costume as Deathlok. And so we get to know that he has a teenage daughter. He has a kind, nostalgic side, that he's genuinely just a good man who happens to be doing a job, that he's had past experiences that have helped shape him, with him having been overseas in some kind of military role that, of course, is not really expanded upon. So, yeah, we're introduced to the character first. I like that because I like actually caring about the character who's going to go do the shoot and the bang bang and the fighting of the crime and the whatnot. So it gave me that. And the story itself, I don't really want to talk too much about it just because I don't want to give a whole lot away, but there's, like I said, there's layers to it. His cover is that he's Medics Without Borders, that he's going overseas, that he's doing a good thing. There's some stuff going on behind the scenes that he's not aware of, and I feels like that's safe to say. So he's not necessarily performing a service that's as altruistic as he thinks it is. And through the first issue, we kind of catch a glimpse of maybe the beginning of some questions from him that are going to be expanded upon in later issues. And then also the other side of that with, it looks like Maria Hill is involved in this one. So she's not always a good lady. She is frequently questionable, although not drawn consistently, and that's kind of a problem for me. But you can't have everything. And even though the Marvel universe is supposed to be consistent and all one big happy place in its own world, it is ultimately drawn and written by different people, so it's just something that goes with it. But yes, I liked issue 1 of Deathlok quite a bit. Really very pleasantly surprised by this book, since zero expectations, thought it was going to be a Cyborg ripoff. And it ended up being something completely different than that. Also, definitely looking forward to reading future issues of it. I think that the story is going to develop very nicely. I think it's going to keep up with the pace it's set, where you get a fair amount of story in the number of pages that are contained in the issue, but you're not overwhelmed by the details. So definitely great pacing, and I think that that will continue. It really seems like the writer has got the whole arc set up in his Maybe he's got it storyboarded at his house. I don't know how people do things. Maybe it's like a crazy serial killer with a string thing. I don't live in their house. I don't live in their mind. But either way, he has got a fully formed idea of where the story is heading, and you can see that as early as issue 1, and I like that. I like having an idea of just where the story might take me, but not having it be just completely spelled out or very blatant. So ultimately, just very pleased with this book. I definitely suggest picking it up. It just came out today, and today is October 29th. It is a Wednesday. I'm reviewing something on a Wednesday. I actually got a little bit of time. So, but yeah, that's my review of issue number 1 of Deathlok from Marvel Comics. If there's anything else you would like me to review, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. You can also like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that very much. And in the meantime, you guys have a great day. Bye.